Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy OBGods here, back with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be talking about how I started my YouTube channel. Pretty much free. So, I know you guys are going to be like, whoa, usually you need all these nice editing softwares, you need Photoshop, you need Sony Vegas, you need, all these different things to become, a professional YouTuber, right? But there is tons and tons of different editing softwares, picture editors that you can use right now for free. Absolutely no money. All you gotta do is just have a decent laptop like I have here. And yeah, that's it. That's all you have to have. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is this right here, the VSDC free video editor. This is the video editor that I have found that will work best with my laptop. My laptop is pretty bad. It's an HP. I don't really know much about it, but it's Windows 10. But it's pretty bad. It cost me like $250. You know, it's not very good, but it's fine. It still works. Before I had Resolve installed. Now, Resolve, don't get me wrong, it's really good. DaVinci Resolve, it is a really good editing software. It's really close to Sony Vegas. If you have a really nice computer, DaVinci Resolve, 100% you will want to pick that. If you have really fast internet as well, what I found is when I used DaVinci Resolve, I had a lot of lag. I couldn't even click on watch my video without it lagging. But with the VSDC free video editor, I didn't find that issue at all. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to show you guys, everything that happens with it and stuff. Okay, so they're going to want you to download the Pro version, which, honestly, the Pro version, there isn't that much, difference between it. Or, the Pro version, all it includes is just these things right here. You can read on that, and if you want to upgrade, you can. I think it's only, $20 or something to upgrade, which is actually really, really cheap to do. So this is what it's going to look like when you load into it. The best way to do it is you can start a blank project right here, slideshow, import your content, video capture, or screen capture. So what I usually do is I just go to a new project, and this is pretty important here. Your title, obviously. Your frame rate, I usually stick with 60, or no, not 60, 30. But if you're going to go with 60, go with 60. Don't do anything in between. Don't go 48, 50, 59. It just won't look good. Either go 30 or 60. I usually stick with 60. This stuff over here, you don't really have to worry about. The width is fine. The height is fine. Unless you know, what your width what do you want to do for your width and height. I would just leave it at 1280 by 720, and everything else is fine. So you just click finish. Now it should load into this. Now at first it was really complicated to figure out how to edit, because usually I had Sony Vegas with my old laptop, and I would just edit down here in the timeline, cutting, using all the keyboards and stuff for shortcuts. But with this, it's a little bit more complicated. You have to go up in here. So you have your footage down here. You have to go up in here, click the cutting and splitting tool, and you can manually cut with a different window open, which is pretty cool. But so once you have everything edited, spliced together, the best way to first, yeah, when you want to import objects, which is let's say you want to do red arrows in your videos, or you want to include the Fortnite thing like I did in my last video, or just anything like that, you would come to the Objects Explorer and you would just import. You'd click the Add Object, and you could do an image, you could do music, you could do video, animation as well. I've never tried the animation, but I'm sure it's great. There's a whole bunch of different things. Line, rectangle, ellipse, free shape, you already know. But now when you want to export this confused me a little bit at first, because usually it's its default is on the PC. Like this part right here, it's clicked on PC. What you're gonna want to do is click the web actually, but you can export it for YouTube, for Instagram, for Facebook, social network to MP4. If you're not gonna do YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, just do it to MP4 because MP4 is just, you know, like for Windows 10, that's just the basic video like file is MP4. So just do MP4. But if you're gonna make YouTube videos like I am, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're gonna be making YouTube videos like me. So you're gonna want to do for YouTube. Now what that is, it shows you everything here. You have your frame rate, your resolution, your bit rate, your duration of the video, the code C, the raw video. You have all this stuff, and then if you scroll, or you don't have to scroll, I don't have anything here to scroll down on, but you have the width and all that. Usually to export it takes, depends on how long the video is. My last video, it was not that long of a video. It was like 2 minutes or something like that, and it took a long time to export, and I like it's unreal. But that's a different story. So this was my go through of the VSDC video editor. Again, I'm not getting paid to like shout them out or like anything like that, but they are a great video editor, and I would really suggest them to anybody who's looking for a free video editor. If you don't have a lot of money to buy Sony Vegas, you can just download this VSDC free video editor, and that will get you a great start. Now, second thing, guys, if you want to make thumbnails or anything like that, you can do the picture editing, which is GIMP. It's pretty close to Photoshop, but just not. It doesn't have as many like accessories on it. For example, I'm used to Photoshop a lot. GIMP, it took a while to get used to. Once I figured out everything, it was good. I got used to it pretty quick, and yeah. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to use GIMP. It's free again. The links for all these will be in the description. VSDC, GIMP, so you guys don't get any viruses on your computer. I know that sucks, so you don't want to do that. But here is the little default for GIMP. To make a new little thing here, you obviously can't edit anything right now. You have to go, oops, sorry about that. You have to go to File, New, and then this is just like Photoshop. So what you're going to want to do is if you want to change the width, say you want to do a YouTube profile picture, which is what I did. I used GIMP to make my profile picture. You're going to want to do 1080 by 1080 pixels. And if you're going to want to make a thumbnail, it is 800 by 800 pixels, I believe. And then you just set that to 800 by 800 or whatever. But I will do for a thumbnail, just for practice. For my default background, it is green for some reason, which I did not mean to do, but it's okay. So we're going to be going through all these little tools up here because it took me a long time to find. So first off, we're going to make this black so it doesn't hurt your guys' eyes, because I am getting blinded right now. Okay, just got to click it a bunch of times to make it black. Okay, there we go. So that is the paint bucket tool. If you like hover over them, it actually shows what they are. So this is the bucket fill tool, which is, or you could use Shift B. I don't use anything like that. I just usually click on this over here and figure it out. This is the move tool. This moves the certain layers or objects you want. I could move this background if I wanted to, but I'm going to keep it where it was, just like that. And yeah, so just like in Photoshop, if you try and say, you want to do text, right? You type in your text on here, whatever, and you're going to want to move that text, right? You can't just move it right like this because it'll just make a new text box. I've gone through that so many times, and it is not good. It's very annoying. You have to delete layers over here, and it just takes a long time. So you have to click on the move tool first, grab your text, and move it around. So that's pretty much a basic rundown of what GIMP's about. If you want to like drag pictures from your desktop or from folders, you usually just go File, Open, and you can just open anything you have in here from your desktop, from like anything. You can just open it, drag it in. So now if you want to like save as or export your picture, make sure you do not do save. This will save as a GIMP file, and you will not be able to put it in as a thumbnail, YouTube profile picture, Xbox profile picture. You will not be able to put it as that. You have to make sure you go to export, which is just like in VSDC, you have to export, which this takes no time at all. I think it takes like maybe 5 seconds to export, but you can export it to wherever from there. And yeah, overall, I think GIMP is a great photo editor. It is super good. For being free, it seems like it should not be free. It's like so identical to Photoshop, and it's just great. In my opinion, 10 out of 10, I would download GIMP for sure. Now, the last thing I'm going to be talking about is the Adobe Photoshop Express. Now, this was free in the Microsoft Store, and I found it, so I thought I'd give it a shot. It's like a phone. You just put filters on. You could like adjust the contrast, just everything like that. You could do the sharpness, all that stuff. So I'm going to be opening a new file just to show you guys like how to do it. But see, it shows like, so this is this is one of my thumbnails from my last video. It looks so much like it looks terrible without all the filters and stuff. But this right here, this little 3 circles with things is the filters. Now you can do a whole bunch of different kinds of filters. You could do basic. You just click on it and it shows all the basic filters. You can do charm, B&W, portrait, nature, pop color, all that stuff. Now those are filters you can click and put on your picture. Now these little lines here is to rotate the picture. You could straighten it. You can make it original, square, Facebook profile cover, which is pretty cool. All this for Instagram, Twitter header, Medium, YouTube thumbnail, YouTube channel art, Kindle, stuff like that. You could click these and it'll make sure it goes for a YouTube thumbnail, which is this little box right here, which is pretty dope. And then these little 3 lines with the dots in the middle are the exposure, contrast, highlights. You could do light, color, effects, details, all that good stuff. And now this spot healing tool is actually good. This has the ability to improve precision on your face or whatever you want to heal up. So say you have a really bad pimple, or you have like this little black thing on my eye right here. I don't even know what that is. I think it's just from the lighting. If you want to get rid of that, you just click on this brush size. You can make it bigger, smaller, whatever you want. That's how big it would be, and you could just heal it right away. Like if I wanted to get rid of that, I could have, but yeah, we're not going to get rid of that. Now this eye, I honestly don't know what this is for. I didn't use the red eye. I just kind of let that be because I looked on it, and correct red eye with a single click. I was like, whoa, okay. I'm not going to mess with that stuff. But again, I think this is more filters, basic, edges, frames. You already know. You could just edit with all this stuff. And now to save and share this, I'm in the wrong thing. Actually no. Before I get into that, you're going to want to make sure that the image resize is at original or whatever you want, and the JPEG quality is max. You want that thing max, not very high. You want it maxed out. It does not matter, because the quality, you always want good 100% quality on all of your things. So say if I want to share this or save or anything, you're going to click save. Hold on, I'm going to show you. And then you could save it as a JPEG, which is what you want to save it as. And you could just put it anywhere. You could put it on your desktop, your downloads, anything. So I'm not going to do that because I already have one. But that is how you use Adobe Photoshop Express if you want to make any thumbnails or edit your pictures to put in a video, anything. This is a great free download on the Microsoft Store, so you don't have to go on the internet and actually type it in Google. It's actually on the Microsoft Store to download for free. The last thing that you're going to want to download is OBS Studio, which is what I'm using right now. Shout out to OBS. It's super good, super simple. on if you want to record, background, what I'm doing right now, or gameplay on Fortnite, any video game you're playing, this is a great thing to use. I'm going to actually exit out of this. I'm going to open it. So this is what it looks like. You're going to be seeing a lot of this trippy stuff, which is okay. But you're going to click on your settings. Now this is going to be a huge part. And if you're going to want to be streaming, recording, just sharing your videos with your friends, like, you're going to have to mess with all of this stuff. Now, the theme, I always turn on dark so it doesn't hurt my eyes, so it's all white. But for general, you're going to want to mostly keep this, like, everything as default. Unless you want to hide cursors over projectors, which is what I have on right now. Yeah. But for streaming, now this is going to be a big one. You're going to want to put your service, which I have YouTube. My YouTube, again, I don't have my stream key in, but you could put it in if you wanted to. Output. For streaming and recording, these are going to be big. I usually do, for my target usage, I use balanced. I don't go like super high or anything. Bitrate 2500, rate control CBR, async depth 4, and keyframe interval 3. I usually don't mess with any of this stuff for streaming. My recording stuff is a little bit different. Actually, my bitrate's at 10,000 besides 2500, but that's okay. Usually my recording paths go to my videos on my Miller thing. Now, audio, I haven't really messed with audio much just because I have a headset. I'm not using like any sort of official microphone yet, which is fine. But yeah, so for my video, I have it as 1220 or 1280 by 720, and then my output is also 1280 by 720. I don't go super high only because my laptop cannot unfortunately go that high, but it's okay. 1280 by 720 is completely fine. No lag, no blurry. It's perfect. Now for hotkeys, I don't use any hotkeys, but you can mess with this stuff, play around with it. If you want to start streaming, you can set it as A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, anything. You could do the switch to scene, show display capture, all that stuff. That would be really good to have, but I'm not going to be doing that quite yet, unfortunately. Advanced, this stuff, I don't think you need to set or do anything with this. I didn't mean to do that. You don't need to do anything with this stuff. Just leave it how it was. And yeah. So, scenes, I don't really mess with scenes. That's just like if you want to add certain things, like another scene in here. But I don't usually put any scenes in here. But what I do is I do put sources. Now, there's going to be a lot of different sources you can put in here. You can put game capture or display capture, which is just what's going to be recording on your computer at the moment. So right now you're going to be seeing a whole bunch of these little mouse things and the audio moving up and down. But that is because it shows my screen and what I'm doing. So if I wanted to exit out this, it'd still show what I'm doing when I'm not on the app or the thing itself. But when, say you want to add your, say if you have a camera or anything like that, you're going to want to go to click on video capture device, which I already have on, but I'm not going to be using my, little webcam just for the purpose of this video. I don't really need it, it's fine without it. But if you wanted to have your webcam on, you could just go to video capture device and mess with the settings, and you could put it up in the top right corner, top left, and anywhere you want it on the screen pretty much. So OBS, definitely, it's free 100%. It is super good if you want to record any like background, if you want to show what you're doing, how to edit a picture maybe, anything. Like that would be, this is a great editor, and I'm going to leave the link in the description for this as well. So far, just to get a quick run through of what we have for this free video editor, how to start YouTube, pretty much brand freaking like new, free, great editors, great everything. What you're gonna want to do is, I'm gonna put them all on the line here so you can see them. Now some are at the bottom here, that's fine. DaVinci Resolve, number one, for sure. If you have a great computer, great internet, for sure give Resolve a shot. If you do not, use VSDC. That is a great video editor, link in the description. OBS is great. Audacity is great. GIMP, down here, again, great. And Photoshop Express, Adobe Photoshop Express, great. All these are free. Links will be in the description for these. These are what I am using for my YouTube videos. But my webcam did cost around, I think, $24, $25. It's a Logitech C720, which is the cheapest one that you could get, and mine was only like 25, 26 bucks with shipping on Amazon. And not counting this laptop, I did buy the laptop for $250, but that is, you need like a laptop, and like you don't necessarily need a webcam, but you for sure need a laptop to download all these editing things for sure. That is how to start a YouTube, pretty much like with no money. You don't have to have any money to buy all these fancy Sony Vegas, Photoshop, like all these things that cost hundreds of dollars that you may not be able to afford at the time, like I cannot afford right now. So I'm going to work with what I can and download VSDC, OBS, and DaVinci Resolve, you know, all these great editors, and just it's great how all these are free and just open for us all to use. Again, it's been OBGods, and be sure to check out all the links in the description. They will be at the very top before anything else. Be sure to download them from there, because I don't want you guys to get any viruses on your computers. That would not be good at all. And again, it's been OBGods, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.